Why did Captain Rex leave the rebellion? In episode 7 of the Bad Batch, Captain Rex makes a mysterious return. It is basically hinted that Rex is working for the rebellion in some shape or form in order to resist the rise of the Empire. But if you've watched Star Wars Rebels, this might raise some inconsistencies. In Star Wars Rebels, the crew of the Ghost are forced to land on a desolate planet after being chased by the Empire. It is here that they meet a few retired clone troopers, and among them is Captain Rex himself. Following their struggle against the Empire, Rex, along with Wolffe and Gregor, decide to once again return to the fight. It is heavily implied that the clones have chosen to live in isolation to get away from the war which they have been a part of for most of their lives. But as seen in the Bad Batch, it becomes clear that Rex, following Order 66, isn't quite ready to live the quiet life and is still active in fighting against the Empire. So the question is, what happened? What happened between the events of the Bad Batch and Rebels that changed his mind? What caused Rex to take a step away from supporting the rebellion? So this is where I have a theory on a potential reason why this could happen, and this theory is explicitly linked to the Bad Batch in general and where the plot is heading. Given that Rex is still active during the Bad Batch and is likely to reappear again in a future episode, I think we could see a clone rebellion. I've previously done a theory on why the clone rebellion is likely to happen in another video, so if you're interested, please check it out. It is highly likely that a clone rebellion led by Rex and the Bad Batch will fail. Following an effort to save their own brothers from the inhibitor chips, the Empire will retaliate effectively, ending the clone program and transitioning away to conscript soldiers. The failure of the rebellion will also mean that Rex is forced to witness the deaths of hundreds if not millions of his own brothers. The disaster of the rebellion and the death it causes may cause Rex to abandon the war altogether, gathering whatever remaining survivors there are. He may then decide to leave the war behind and find some peace, having had his fill of destruction and death. The disaster of a failed rebellion may ultimately cause Rex to lose all hope and morale, choosing to save whatever he may have left rather than risk losing it to the Empire. This would then explain why Rex left the rebellion and would only later rejoin during the events of Star Wars Rebels after some convincing by Ezra and his friends. The Bad Batch could very well address this. I think it is highly likely that the Bad Batch will have a pretty sad ending, with many if not all of the Bad Batch members dying. So having the failure of the clone rebellion in the Bad Batch would not only work really well with the overall plot and story of the Bad Batch members, but also provide some explanation as to what happened to Rex and why he took certain decisions to distance himself from the galactic conflict. Overall, I predict that we're going to have a pretty tragic end to the Bad Batch. It is possible that Vader or Inquisitors arrive to end the clone rebellion, forcing what little remaining clones to flee into the far reaches of the galaxy. Either way, Rex will be forced to witness a great tragedy and the end of the deaths of his clone brothers, forcing him to retreat from the action. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you agree or disagree? Maybe you have another idea of why Rex left the rebellion. As always, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. I am the Lost Acolyte,
and I have spoken.